Welcome to the Beer Den Podcast. Tonight we'll be drinking ZOINKS Session IPA from Iowa Brewing Company.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Beer Den Podcast. My name is Ethan Hoopy.
And I'm Michael Aroe. Tonight we're drinking a Session IPA from Iowa Brewing Company, ZOINKS. They're founded in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
The first thing I noticed with this beer in particular was that the smell was very hoppy and very strong. It definitely makes you think that the flavor is going to be similar to the aroma and be really strong, which just really wasn't the case, kind of surprisingly. But staying with the aroma, it does have some citrus notes, but really those are just coming from the strong mosaic and citra hops that are in it.
This beer poured a deep gold color. It had a nice, one finger head, a slight off-white. Like Ethan said, it had a strong hoppy flavor with the mosaic and citra hops, but it was also very smooth. I didn't think it was very drying, and I felt the bitterness was pretty restrained. However, there was kind of an aftertaste that lingered for a little bit.
It tasted very watered down. It diluted the intense bitterness that normally you would get from an IPA, which allowed it to be a lot smoother than I was expecting for an IPA and for such a strong aroma.
Flavor-wise, I felt it was a little bit herbaceous and resiny because of those hops as well. But there wasn't any particular hop that I think stood out more than another. And it was kind of just a smooth, watered down, easy to drink beer.
I agree.
We base everything on 3 criteria here. We have quality out of 50 points, value out of 25, and design out of 25. I felt like this was easy to drink, but there wasn't anything that really stood out for it. So I ended up giving it a 30. Ethan, what was your score?
I ended up giving it a 32. I thought it ended up being a very smooth beer. It being a watered down, I thought took away from any kind of good flavors, any uniqueness of the beer. It just kind of made it bland. So I kind of wish it wasn't as watery, but also I'm not a huge fan of really strong hops, so it kind of balanced out in that sense. So yeah, I think a 32 is well justified with this one. Smooth, but wateriness could use some work.
Value-wise, I scored this at a 17. It did come in at $10.99 for a 6-pack.
Yeah, which I think is actually a pretty reasonable price for it. But again, kind of our issues with the quality kind of hurt the score a little bit. I ended up giving it an 18 since I did think it was a little bit better as on the quality side.
Design-wise, I scored this at a 17. It's in a slightly squattier bottle, but it doesn't have a neck label. I thought the coloring and design on the logo was pretty nice, and it kind of keeps with that Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. vibe to it. It even has the submarine man from the cartoon.
Oh yeah,
on the cover. It does have a description of the beer that's actually pretty good, and stamped on the bottle label is when it was manufactured, so we can tell how fresh it was. There's also the website, but there is no social media or anything on it, which is something I would have liked to see. And even looking them up online, their website doesn't give a background of the brewery, no interesting facts. The beer descriptions are the very same that are on the bottle. It doesn't go into any expansion on that, maybe food pairings or maybe anything like extra for going that extra step and going to their website. So that was a little disappointing for me.
Yeah, those are the kind of things that are really nice to be able to put on a website. That way you don't have to fill your bottle with those types of things, but then kind of almost rewards people for going the extra step. And so it is kind of disappointing to see that they don't have those little things. I ended up actually also giving it a 17. I thought the fact that it has a description, really good, big positive on my end. The stamping of the manufacturing date, really good. I love to see that. I thought the overall design was really nice. The fact that it has the classic Scooby-Doo scuba diver on their main label, I thought it was a really good touch. So yeah, but because of the fact that it doesn't have a lot of those kind of extra things, any kind of unique glassware, doesn't have a neck label, those kinds of things, definitely had to take some points off.
All right. So like that's a 67 for you, Ethan, and a 64 for myself. All in all, ZOINKS, that's a 65.5 for Iowa Brewing Company's Session IPA ZOINKS.
ZOINKS!
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to another Beer Den review.
Don't forget to follow us on social media, links down in the description.
Subscribe, like, and share, and if there are any beers you would like us to try out, leave them in the comments below.
We'll see you on the next episode of the Beer Den Podcast.